Dear students, Assalamu alaikum. In this short recording, we will take an overview of political history of Pakistan. So it is very important to make a timeline of the history of Pakistan because it is related to the first chapter of your book. So Pakistan got independence in 1947 and up till now to the year 2022 it has been 7.5 decades. So, the first chapter of the book mentions the 7 decades and 7 epochs. It means that what were the economic dynamics of the country over the past 7 decades. तो 7 जो decades past गुजरे हैं इसमें पाकिस्तान का इकोनॉमिक एवोल्यूशन किस तरह से मूव हुआ है. तो दिस क्वेश्चन इज आल्सो इम्पोर्टेंट फ्रॉम योर एग्जाम पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू. तो हम एक जो है टाइम लाइन प्रिपेयर करने जा रहे हैं दैट विल enable you to memorize or recall the economic the political history in connection with the economic history of Pakistan in a structured manner. So starting from the independence, so we all know that before 1947 the India and Pakistan and Bangladesh were united and the region was called the British India or United India. In 1947, Pakistan got independence and first Governor General was Muhammad Ali Jinnah. M.A. Jinnah was the first Governor General of Pakistan. अच्छा स्टूडेंट्स इसको फर्दर हम जो है इस टाइमलाइन को प्रिपेयर करने से पहले it is better to mark a major event over the 75 years history of Pakistan that will enable you to link the history back and forth of that specific event. तो अगर हम बात करें तो till now the country has faced 4 military regimes. आज तक मुल्क पाकिस्तान में 4 जो है फौजी हुक्मरानों ने जो है हुकूमत की. पहले हम उनको जो है मेंशन करते हैं बल्कि उनमें से भी जो 2 रूलर्स हैं जनरल ज़िया एंड जनरल मुशर्रफ उनके पीरियड को हम जो है मार्क करते हैं. उसके बाद हम बैकवर्ड मूव करेंगे और फॉरवर्ड मूव करेंगे. दैट विल enable us to understand this history in a more clear manner or more consistent manner, and it will make this boring topic of history a little bit interesting for you. So the country has seen 4 rulers from the military. तो इनमें से टोटल 3 मार्शल लॉज हैं और एक जो है वो एमरजेंसी है जो कि मुशर्रफ साहब ने 1999 में इम्पोज की. तो तो जनरल क्वेश्चन जो है वो ये किया जाता है कि अगर पाकिस्तान में बात की जाए कि हाउ मैनी मार्शल लॉज पाकिस्तान द कंट्री हैज़ फेस्ड, तो द आंसर इज 3 martial laws and 4 military regimes. And the military regime of Musharraf was not an martial law, it was an emergency. And the General Musharraf was not the martial law administrator, rather he was the chief executive during his tenure. So let me write this. The second, or I should make a different style of heading. So I am making a new list. So General Ziaul Haq and General Musharraf. General Ziaul Haq ruled the country for the period 1977 up to 1988, when the famous plane crash incident occurred and few US diplomats were also killed in that incident. And General Musharraf ruled the country from 1999 up to 2008. So General Ziaul Haq was the imposed the third martial law in 1977, and General Musharraf established fourth military regime in the country in 1999. Post 1988 era and post 2008 era witnessed democratic governments, and interestingly, up till the period of General Musharraf, there were four democratic governments was there. And currently in 2022, PMLN government is in place, and the country has seen its fourth democratic leader uh, as Mia Muhammad Shehbaz Sharif in 2022. सो रीसेंट इवेंट से स्टार्ट करते हैं जी। जनरल मुशर्रफ साहब के बाद पहला जो टेनोर आया वो जरदारी साहब का था। आसिफ अली जरदारी पाकिस्तान पीपल्स पार्टी ने 2008 के जनरल इलेक्शंस में जो है वो विक्ट्री ली और अपनी गवर्नमेंट को इस्टेब्लिश किया। तो स्टूडेंट्स ये चीज़ इम्पॉर्टेंट इस कॉन्टेक्स्ट में है कि अगर आप बात करें हिस्टोरिकली, जब आप बुक की रीडिंग करेंगे चैप्टर 1 की भी, तो जो हमारी पॉलिटिकल पार्टीज़ हैं इनका भी ऑब्जेक्टिव इकोनॉमिक डायनामिक्स के साथ हमेशा रहा है। जैसा कि जो फादर ऑफ द पीपल्स पार्टी जुल्फ़िकार अली भुट्टो साहब का जो है हमेशा सोशलिज़म की तरफ जो है वो इंक्लिनेशन रही, इसलिए उन्होंने नेशनलाइजेशन को प्रमोट किया। जो है बैंक्स को और बहुत सारे जो है कंपनीज़ को जो है वो जो कि प्राइवेटाइज हो चुकी थी उनको नेशनलाइज किया गया। और इसी तरह जरदारी साहब के बाद जो है कंट्री ने प्राइम मिनिस्टर मियां मोहम्मद नवाज शरीफ साहब को जो है वो कंट्री ने देखा, और जो है बिकॉज दे बिलोंग टू द एरिस्टोक्रेटिक बैकग्राउंड, दे आर इन बिजनेस, दे आर हैविंग इंडस्ट्रीज। तो उन्होंने हमेशा जो है वो इंडस्ट्री को या बिजनेसमैन मैन को जो है वो सपोर्ट किया, बिजनेस ओरिएंटेड पॉलिसीज़ को इम्प्रूव किया। और जरदारी साहब का जो टेन्योर था 2008 टू 2013, इसके बाद 2013 के जनरल इलेक्शंस में पीएमएलएन ने विक्ट्री ली और नवाज शरीफ साहब प्राइम मिनिस्टर बने। और देन 2017 में उन्हें सादिक और अमीन के ना होने पर जो है वो डिसक्वालीफाई कर दिया गया। थर्ड जो है वो जो हमने regime देखा, दैट वाज अ डेमोक्रेटिक regime ऑफ इमरान खान। प्राइम मिनिस्टर इमरान खान was in his office from 2017 up till 2022, where a no confidence move made him disqualified for the seat of prime minister. And currently we are having Mia Shehbaz Sharif as a prime minister of the country. So 20 22 to date. So as you can see that after the military regime of Pervez Musharraf, we are having our fourth democratic period under the PMLN. सेकेंड ईयर में स्टूडेंट्स हम बात करते हैं after the period of General Ziaul Haq, when the General Ziaul Haq was killed in a air crash, and from 1988 to 1999 the country has witnessed four democratic governments. And interestingly, the seat of the prime minister was remained in between the daughter of Zulfikar Ali Bhutto, Muhtarma Benazir Sahiba, and the PMLN leader Mia Mohammad Nawaz Sharif. So the first tenure after the military regime of Ziaul Haq was the Benazir Bhutto, and the Benazir Bhutto Sahiba was disqualified by then President of Pakistan Ghulam Isa Khan on the charges of corruption, and after that Mia Mohammad Nawaz Sharif took the office of the Prime Minister in 1990, and that tenure was from 1990 to 1993, and the tenure of Benazir Sahiba was from 1988 to 1990, and after the Mia Nawaz Sharif, again Benazir Bhutto took off the charge as Prime Minister of Pakistan, and after that Mia Mohammad Nawaz Sharif was in the office of Prime Minister. And let me correct the dates. The second tenure of the Benazir Bhutto was 1993 up till 1996, and the tenure of the second tenure of Mia Nawaz Sharif was 1996 up till 1999, when General Musharraf imposed emergency and became the chief executive of the country. So here you can see that after the third martial law, the country seen the country has seen four democratic governments. Right. चलें जी, यहाँ तक की डिस्कशन को जो है अगर सिंप्लीफाई करें तो पाकिस्तान में जो थर्ड मार्शल लॉ है, मिलिट्री रूल जो है, that was of General Zaulak, and after that the country witnessed four democratic governments. And the fourth military regime was of General Musharraf, which remained from 1999 to 2008. And after that, the country is witnessing the fourth democratic period of Shehbaz Sharif Saab. So, to make it look better, let me add and let me insert a table. Right. So let me do some formatting, and I'm pausing the recording. So I have made a little formatting change to make it look better. So let's come towards the जो है सेकेंड मिलिट्री रूल. So General Ziaul Haq rule was the third military rule, and General Musharraf was the fourth military ruler of the country. So before General Zia, the second military ruler was the General Agha Muhammad Yahya Khan, which is famously known as Yahya Khan, and the period of General Yahya Khan was from 1969 up till 1971, when the country witnessed the separation of East Pakistan. So after the General Muhammad Yahya Khan, the country witnessed another democratic ruler who was the father of Benazir Bhutto, Mr. Zulfikar Ali Bhutto, and the period of Z.A. Bhutto was 1971 up till 1977. So there was only one democratic regime between General Aga Muhammad Yahya Khan and General Ziaul Haq. The first military ruler of the country was the General Ayub Khan, which is very important for our economic issues course, especially with respect to the agriculture and the development of agriculture in Pakistan, on which our second, third, and fourth chapter of the book are based. And the regime of General Ayub Khan was 1958 up till 1969. So you can see here that the first military rule was ended in 1969, and the second military rule started in 1969 by Aga Muhammad Yahya Khan. So there is an interesting story in between when the General Ayub conducted the 1965 elections, and those were not the general elections. He constituted about 80,000 basic democracies and defeated the mother of nation Mohtarma Fatima Jinnah, and ultimately he became the president of Pakistan. So, so the last years of General Ayub was not the martial law; it was the uh, you can say that was not the people's democracy, because because जनरल पब्लिक के या जिसे हम पॉलिटिकल साइंस में बात करते हैं यूनिवर्सल सफरेज की, उस बेसिस पर इलेक्शन नहीं करवाए गए थे. 80,000 बेसिक डेमोक्रेसीज को डिक्लेयर किया गया, जिनके वोटर्स के साथ जो है जनरल अयूब प्रेसिडेंट के तौर पे सामने आए. और इसी मिलिट्री रूलर के जो लास्ट ईयर्स में फिर 1969 में जनरल याह्या साहब ने मार्शल लॉ सेकेंड इम्पोज किया. तो इस बात को क्लियर रखिएगा कि फर्स्ट मार्शल लॉ वाज द regime of General Ayub, and there is another interesting story that this martial law was not imposed by General Ayub Khan, this martial law was not imposed by General Ayub Khan. So here we can up till here we can summarize that. Let me make it a little bit concise. So here you can see that the first military rule was of जनरल अयूब खान, बट ये इम्पोज जो है मार्शल लॉ जनरल अयूब ने नहीं किया था. सेकेंड मार्शल लॉ was imposed and run by आगा मोहम्मद याह्या खान. Third martial law or military regime was imposed by and run by General Ziaul Haq as martial law administrator. And fourth military rule was imposed as emergency and run by General Musharraf as chief executive of the country. So there is an issue about the first martial law. First martial law administrator was General Ayub Khan, but this martial law was not imposed by General Ayub. So this martial law was imposed by Governor General Iskandar Mirza. Governor General Iskandar Mirza, and but he was president at that time when he imposed the martial law in the country. So let me discuss about the president and the governor general role of the country. And before that, let me place the names of governor generals of Pakistan. The first governor general was Muhammad Ali Jinnah. Second governor general was Sir Khawaja Nazimuddin, and the third governor general was Malik Ghulam Muhammad, and fourth governor general of the country was Iskandar Mirza. And as for the period of the duration of the governor general is concerned, Qaid-e-Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah was the governor general of country from 1947, since the inception of Pakistan up till 1948, or till his death in 1948. After Muhammad Ali Jinnah, Khwaja Nazimuddin became the second Governor General in 1948 and remained in his office up till 1951. After him, Malik Ghulam Muhammad became the third Governor General of the country and remained in office from 1951 up till 1955. Fourth and last Governor General of the country was Iskandar Mirza, who remained in the office of Governor General in 1955 to 1956. And in 1956, the country got its first constitution, that was the Constitution of 1956. The Constitution of 1956 was promulgated on 23rd March of 1956. So this is another other landmark event in the history of Pakistan when the country received its first constitution, and the country and the Iskandar Mirza, then Governor General of the country, became the first president of Pakistan. So here we can see that इन अदर टर्म्स हम ये कह सकते हैं कि गवर्नर जनरल जो है वो प्रेसिडेंट का ही पुराना नाम था, लेकिन अनटिल द टाइम जबकि ब्रिटिश इंडिया यूनाइटेड इंडिया की सेपरेशन हुई, तो इस दौरान इस वक्त से लेकर फ्रॉम 1947 टू 1956, वो पीरियड जिसके दौरान हमारे मुल्क में एक कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन मौजूद नहीं था और गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया एक्ट 1935 को एज ए कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन के तौर पे यूज़ किया गया। इस जो है अरेंजमेंट के दौरान जो मोनार्क थे ब्रिटिश ब्रिटिश मोनार्क और गवर्नर जनरल के कम्बिनेशन के तौर पे गवर्नमेंट को रन किया जाता था। सो until 1956 there were four governor generals and the British monarch was present in the Britain, and during the reign of Muhammad Ali Jinnah and Khwaja Nazimuddin, King George VI was the monarch, and for during the reign of Mr. Ghulam Muhammad and Iskandar Mirza, Queen Elizabeth II was the monarch. So when the country received its first constitution on 23rd March 1956, the Governor General post was converted into the post of President, and Iskandar Mirza became the first president of the country. In 1958, Iskandar Mirza imposed the martial law, and this martial law was imposed by Iskandar Mirza, who was not a military ruler, and he appointed General Ayub Khan as the martial law administrator. So पहला जो है मार्शल लॉ हमारा इसलिए डिफरेंट है कि दैट वाज इम्पोज्ड बाय अ नॉन मिलिट्री पर्सन, एंड दैट person Iskandar Mirza appointed General Ayub Khan as martial law administrator. And interestingly, second martial law is also different, and more interestingly, the history of Pakistan is filled with uh, unique decisions and unique events that are nowhere present in the other part of the world. So about second जो है martial law, Aga Muhammad Yahya Khan resigned from his office in 1971 after the separation of East Pakistan, and he appointed Zulfikar Ali Bhutto as the civilian martial law administrator. So Zulfikar Ali Bhutto was not a military man. However, he was appointed as a martial law administrator until first general elections of the history of Pakistan in 1970. So this is about the brief history of the political landscape of the country. There are four governor generals up till 1956. There are there are three martial laws, or we can say, uh, including one emergency, there are four military rulers, and in between these military regimes, the country witnessed few democratic leaders that were elected by the general public. सो यहाँ पर मैं एक और चीज़ को हाईलाइट करने जा रहा हूँ to just to highlight the instability of the country that was witnessed during the first decade of the first initial decade. So that is about the appointment of the Prime Minister of the country. When Mr. Muhammad Ali Jinnah Mr. Jinnah died in 1948, then Khwaja Nazimuddin became the second Governor General. However, the Prime Minister was Nawabzada Liaquat Ali Khan, um, who who was the first Prime Minister of the country. So I am, instead of writing the names, I am just writing the number number of Prime Minister. So during the reign of first Governor General, there was the first Prime Minister who was Nawabzada Liaquat Ali Khan. I am marking I am using a unique style so that it is clear to you that this style belongs to the Prime Minister of the country. So during the second Governor General period, in from 1948, Liaquat Ali Khan was the Prime Minister of the country. However, in 1951, Liaquat Ali Khan was assassinated in the famous Liaquat Bagh in Rawalpindi, and after his assassination, the second Prime Minister was the Khwaja Nazumuddin, and he was the second Governor General of the country. After that, third Prime Minister of the country was Muhammad Ali Bogra. Here I am removing the Liaquat Ali Khan because he was assassinated in 1951. So the period of third Governor General witnessed two prime ministers, and after the reign of Muhammad Ali Bogra as prime minister, who was the third prime minister, the country witnessed fourth, fifth, sixth, and seventh prime minister. Fourth prime minister of the country was Muhammad Chaudhry Muhammad Ali, who was different from Muhammad Ali Bogra. And Muhammad Ali Bogra is the same person who presented the Bogra formula to settle the disputes of West Pakistan with East Pakistan. After that, uh, Hussain Shaheed Sohrawardi was the fifth Prime Minister of the Pakistan, and after him there was I.A. Chundrigar. Ibrahim Ismail Chundrigar was the sixth President of Pakistan, and uh, after him Feroz Khan Noon taken the charge of the seat of Prime Minister. So here just these numbers are marked just to show you the instability of the government that was in place during the first decade of the country. So जो आप कह सकते हैं कि during the period of second and third Governor General there was abrupt change of Prime Minister uh, because some forces were not ready to stabilize to see the country in a stable position. So the country uh, जो है Prime Minister office of the country keep on changing. एंड आप लोगों में से कुछ लोगों ने एक फेमस कोट भी सुनी होगी कि पाकिस्तान की जो प्राइम मिनिस्टर की सीट है उस पर जो चेंजेस होती रही वो कितनी फ्रीक्वेंट है और वो शायद क्लास में के लिए बताना भी मुनासिब नहीं होगी सो दिस इज़ द ब्रीफ हिस्ट्री एंड नाउ लेट मी लिंक दिस हिस्ट्री with the first chapter of the book. Right, this is your book, and the section 1.2, it mentions the decades and epochs. So this, let me copy this text. I think this text is not copyable. Let me pause the video to make some editing. So I have pasted the headings of the book chapter in this slide, and here we can see. अब यहाँ पर हम इसे लिंक करते हैं. Let me correct this numbering. Right. So first heading is about the laying the foundation, and this period is belongs to 1947 since the independence to 1958. So all of the initial period of instability relates to this decade. So second decade of the country is regarded in by the international economist or the Pakistani economist as the decade of development, and this era belongs to the period of General Ayub Khan. And I have also mentioned earlier that it is very important in the context of the agriculture development in the country. And the famous Green Revolution is also seen during this decade, which emerged in the mid 60s during the uh, reign of Mr. General Ayub Khan. So now there are the bad luck years, and this duration belongs to 1971 since the separation of East Pakistan up till the start of second military government. So this is the period of General Ziaul Haq. General Ziaul Haq was the third military ruler, and he imposed third martial law. But the Akbar Zaidi has written it as a second military government because the first two military rulers was uh, ru- was ruling the country one after another. So there was no civilian leader in between first and second military rule. So this is the new liberalism era, and it belongs to 1988 up till 1999. So this era is regarded as neoliberalism because Benazir Bhutto and Mian Nawaz Sharif both focused the liberalizing the economy, and they were entered into structural adjustment programs, and Praetorian politics was there. The era of General Musharraf, this decade, the sixth decade of the country, is regarded as lifestyle liberalism, जहाँ पर जो रूरल और अर्बन डिवाइड है ये बहुत ब्रिज हुई, और आज आप देखते हैं कि अर्बन एरियाज उस तरह से प्योर एग्रीकल्चर नहीं रहे, देर आर इंटरनेट फैसिलिटीज़, देर आर रोड नेटवर्क्स, तो जो ट्रेडिशनल एक गांव का इमेज था वो जो है वो डाइल्यूट हो चुका है, and it is regarded as lifestyle liberalism, dictatorship, war, and subjugation. And the seventh decade, which we are currently witnessing, is regarded as another democratic transition because we are seeing the fourth democratic government after 2008. So here, so this is the snapshot of your first chapter, and I felt it important to link this economic development that spans over 7.5 decade of the country with the political landscape.